Peace, y'all. Hey, I'm Ivory. I'm back, and it's time to eat again. And today is Taco Tuesday, and I have some messy tacos here. I already made 6 or 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. I have some chicken tacos and some black bean tacos. I'm gonna build the rest after I eat these first 7. I am hungry, y'all, and I'm ready to eat. I am. Pour some medium taco sauce on 4 of them. And I know this is gonna be messy. I know it is. I'm sure. I have some watermelon today. Let me show y'all this watermelon, because yesterday, I'm gonna go ahead and pour some Hennessy. Today I'm just having some Hennessy on the rocks. Ooh, I am so hungry, y'all. Cheers! And a special toast to Robin, Frederick, Donna, Miss Nisi, and Teresa. Cheers. Ooh. All right, y'all, let's get into these tacos. I'm hungry. They're falling down. I know this is gonna be messy. I want some more cheese on this one. I got the hot Doritos tacos. The Taco Bell kind. They're not really that spicy though. I want to try some street tacos next with some grilled chicken, and I want to strip the chicken. Shred it a little bit. I am so thankful for these tacos. I got onions, olives, tomatoes, lettuce, cheese. And peppers. I think I could eat all 12 of them. Let's do it. I want some more cheese on this one too. I got pickles too. I'm gonna slide a piece of pickle in one of them and try it how B Love eats hers. I got some lime water. I'll pour it at some point. It's good. Yep. I'm gonna eat this third one, and then we can go ahead on and get into the conversation. It's so good, y'all. A happy Taco Tuesday to you. Oh, it's good. That's good right there. I'm gonna tell you, gourmet taco sauce. Delicious, y'all. That's good. It's a black thing right here. So, I told y'all a story time a few months ago about the Jamaican stud girl who scared me back in 2021. I did a mukbang video with Ra. I am not shy. I'm not ashamed. If anything, I know that it's meant for me to share a lot about myself with y'all. But this girl right here, I never told y'all about her. I didn't feel comfortable enough with her to tell y'all about her. But we were together for months. And I did explain the background information in part 1. With the foot-long sub. But I didn't tell y'all how she looks. So, and this girl, and I'm gonna call her Monique. I rearranged some of the letters in her first name. I'm gonna call her Monique. Monique. Oh, this is irritating me. All this sauce on this bottle. Monique. Taller than me. Dark skin. Long dreads. Deep voice. Naturally. As y'all know how some studs or some masculine girls, they kind of they drop their voice sometimes. But no, Monique, her voice was naturally deep. She looked real good to me, y'all. She did. Ooh, these some messy tacos. She did look good to me. And I was very attracted to her. Now, she picked me. She did. She saw me first. Dang. And she was very polite. She was polite. She was kind of like gentleman-like, you know. But, you know, she was aggressive. Like verbally aggressive, dominant, that type from the beginning. But, she was toxic for me. And at this point in my life, I've done too much work on myself to keep playing toxic games. So, that's not for me. It don't entertain me no more. Yep. So fine as she was, I have to be honest and tell y'all, like, she has some real toxic red flags. And I think that the only reason why I managed to stay with her for so many months is because she was my first girlfriend. So I was still kind of trying to understand how to make it work with a girl. So I was trying not to be too hard on her. But, let me get a paper towel, y'all. Oh, it's so good. That little piece. So, I'm gonna tell y'all the 3 toxic red flags that sent me on my way. Because I did try to make it work with her. I gave it a lot of energy and time. The first red flag. Well, that was good. I had to cool it down, y'all. The first red flag was the verbal aggression. Like, it started off with, you know, you're a little rough around the edges, but over time she was just flat out mean. Like, she was a roughneck. Like, the way she handled me verbally, she used to blame it on where she's from and how do people talk where she's from. The girl used to scare me. She used to scare me. But what made it a major red flag was she knew when she was wrong. Like, when she would say something or do something to cross the line. And she would buy stuff. She would buy me things. She would send me money. Send me a random cash app after we argued. She would try to fix the verbal abuse with money. That's a red flag. Men do it all the time. In fact, that was familiar to me. You mess up, you make me cry, you do something to make me not want to talk to you. So you try to buy your way back in. But with her, it was like a weekly thing. Sometimes more than once a week. To the point where it's like, you shouldn't be doing so many things to have to apologize for. So So I just felt like she wasn't really trying enough to make her own self more positive, to make herself better. She was just trying for me because she wanted to keep me around. You don't see this tiny little taco? That's how you can eat so many of them, because they're little. The second red flag was all the information that was coming out about her past. And she was telling me about women that she used to abuse. And when we first started talking, she told me that she and her ex, her most recent ex before me, they used to fight a lot, physically fight. But over time, she told me about another girl who she put her hands on. Some girl out in Cali. And there was the third girl. Y'all know when you having those long, deep conversations, you know, I feel like this all over my face. She just would tell me about her past. And at the same time, make me promises about what she would never do to me. Because I'm so different. She was telling me that the girls brought that side out of her. And this third woman, as bad as the story is, she still tried to justify her actions. She told me about an older woman in her 40s who she was dating. Now Monique cheated on the woman. They start arguing about this. And she said that she beat that woman. The woman was balled up on the ground. And she beat the girl until she broke her hip. And this was a very serious conversation. I still remember, because I was trying to understand how she really, truly didn't understand how she was wrong. And she admitted, you know, her fault as far as cheating. But she said she felt like that girl pushed her to the point of her beating her like that. And she said she found out after the fact that she broke the woman's hip. But she said that she was balled up on the ground. And Monique was punching her and kicking her until somebody came in the room. So who knows how bad it would have gotten if the person didn't come in the room. But she's telling me these stories, and I'm telling her about my exes and how I've been with abusive people before, so on and so forth. Y'all, that story right there just didn't sit right with me. It didn't sit right with me. It didn't. And I actually never really let it go in my head and in my heart. Which leads me to the third red flag. Because these stories were from years ago. But then when I sat and thought about it, I'm like, damn, that's 3 different women that you beat. Not just pushed or slapped, which that's wrong too. But who knows how bad it really was, because people sometimes, you know, they leave the worst parts out. But the third red flag was our first big argument. When the first time that I had a major argument with this girl, she was seeing red. And listen, y'all, I already knew that she had a temper. Oh, this messy. I already knew that Monique had a temper because she even had a temper with me. And she would tell me, you know, how I was different and how this relationship was different than her past, but I was still seeing that monster in her. We had one major argument, and during the argument, it was a ratchet argument too. It wasn't about money, it wasn't about children or something. It was a ratchet argument. Let me get a pickle. And in the midst of the argument, I don't think it's big enough. I'm gonna just take a bite and then bite the pickle. That's a nice flavor. Oh, my lips hit. In the midst of the argument, she took her cell phone. She approached me. She took her cell phone and she pointed at me using her cell phone and touched my nose with her phone while she was talking. She had her phone in her hand, but she was talking to me. She was pointing the phone, and then that phone touched my nose while she was yelling. And it wasn't, she wasn't yelling like a ferocious beast, but that look in her eyes, that just showed me, this the beginning right here. And I know some of y'all say, it was just her phone. She didn't throw it at you, she didn't hit you. After the other red flags, being verbally abusive on the regular, and then knowing what I know about her and her temper and her past, and her mindset didn't really change because she was trying to justify why she had to do that. It was their fault for pushing her to that point. So what about when I push her to that point? Because I yelled too loud that day, or said those 3 words or 5 words that really pissed you off. Because y'all know how some people, you know, we all actually have trigger words, stuff that hurts us a little more, makes you a little more angry. But it's about how you handle things. It's about seeing the error of your way and making corrections. Because I had to make a conscious choice to not involve myself with toxic things and to purge my own spirit of toxicity. I had to make that choice. But you got to be careful with people, toxic people who act like they need your peace in order for them to behave better. It's not supposed to be like that. When you want it for yourself, you make your own changes. And when you really love another person, you want to give them your best self, you know. You don't make a habit out of hurting your partner's feelings, being rude, calling names. Listen, I know for a fact that if I was still with this girl, she would have put her hands on me by now. we would have fought by now. And I'm not a fighter, so I guess I would have just got my ass whooped, or I would have just got hit. But that day that she touched the tip of my nose with that phone, that was the last day she saw me. We talked for a little bit, and then just faded away. That ain't for me. I started to send y'all, I started to show y'all a picture. I even edited a picture of the two of us kissing each other, and I kind of blurred out her face. I don't even want that energy on my page. I don't even want her face on my page, y'all. Not even the blur face. Either way it go, I learned a lot being with Monique. And I did love that girl. I love that girl because in the beginning, during the friendship phase, I feel like I really got to know her. She was special to me. But I don't heal people anymore. I can give you the tools. I can help encourage you to heal yourself. But I don't heal people anymore. I did that when I was dating men. Always trying to heal a broken man to make him better. It never works anyway. People have to want the best for self. Or you can only make temporary changes. If you're performing for another person, and we know, like you can sense when somebody's acting because they want to keep you around. They can only act right temporarily because it's not real. And it's okay to give it a good run with a person and then let it go. Never choose toxicity over peace, thinking you just gonna make it work. You, by yourself, you just gonna make it work. It's good. And I will sit here and finish these tacos with y'all, but my battery dying on the camera. I see the little thing flashing. Either way, I love y'all. And